Welcome to Mastering Fireground Command, Calm the Chaos, video number 2. Hopefully by now you've already watched video number 1 to get a solid foundation. In this program, we will focus on multifamily dwellings. They come in all shapes and sizes and present significant life hazards. First, we will look at garden-style and center hall apartments. In addition, we will have several simulation exercises to practice so that you can hone your skills on other multifamily occupancies like duplexes and fourplexes. There is no substitute for pre-planning. Knowing your first due area, the types of buildings, and occupancy loads will pay huge dividends on that dark and stormy night when you pull up with heavy fire and occupants trapped. Multi-occupancies require aggressive tactics and a proactive incident commander who can organize the incident quickly. Many lives may be saved or lost in these dwellings. Each has their own unique challenges, and we look at them in more detail in the following scenarios.
It is important to note that the first company officer into a hazard zone is not likely to become the division or group supervisor. He or she is focused on task-level operations, like stretching the initial attack line or initiating a search, for example. The company officer's sphere of awareness at the task level is very minimal. The second officer into the hazard zone is in a much better position to become the group or division supervisor or walking boss at the tactical level. The tactical level walking boss, division or group supervisor, is the guardian angel to that first task level company and any others that are assigned to him. His job is to give canned reports to command, call additional resources, make tactical decisions, and maintain safety and accountability to his or her group or division. He is the eyes and ears for command.
To get motivated, let's look first at an actual fire in a garden-style apartment complex with a known child trapped. This fire came in at 11 a.m. when we were already responding to another commercial fire alarm. The original fire sounded relatively benign, so one engine continued to the original alarm at the Goodwill. I ordered the rest of the alarm to divert to the apartment fire with the child trapped. Since 2 alarms were now responding, I had 9 engines, 6 trucks, 2 fire medic ambulances, and 3 battalion chiefs arriving quickly. The battalion chiefs were delayed, but the engines and trucks got there very fast and needed assignments. If I didn't stay ahead of the curve, I could wind up with 20 units reporting directly to me. Way too many. This would create a radio traffic jam like the LA 405 at rush hour on a Friday. We had to set up an incident command system fast that supported the operation and stayed ahead of the power curve. Upon arrival, we had heavy fire in the apartment on the 2nd floor. It was extending toward the unconscious child in the rear of the apartment. In addition, it was extending into 3 additional apartments on the 2nd floor. Let's watch this incident.
Engine 101 part of that. Giant 7 part of that.
Go ahead.
This report also, we have oxygen tank in an apartment below 47, possibly building number 45. Possible hazard for unit 20.
Copy. Let's go ahead and divert everybody from the Goodwill fire to the apartment fire and backfill that Goodwill fire.
Going around.
Battalion 7's on L7 for roll call Del Camino. We're going to suspend roll call. We've got a working fire with the victim trapped. Battalion 7's assuming El Camino command. It's going to be a 2-story garden-style apartment complex. Command post is located across the street on the A side. It's going to be an offensive strategy, repeating potential victim trapped in apartment 4-5.
C7 wants to cross street. Open mic on Alpha 2. All units check for an open mic.
It's going to be El Camino and Drayton. El Camino just west of Morse.
Copy that. Open mic on Alpha 2. Check supply on arrive. Go get a water supply and take care of time and arrive. You had a call on El Camino, apartment fire.
101, get that water supply, and you're going to be fire attack group. You're going to have engine 106 working for you.
Engine 101, copy fire attack group. Battalion 14, engine 61, that is 62, nearest it could be 28, 24.
Got reports for calling people in for rescue. Truck is all rescue, truck 106.
Drive, exchange weight. Battalion 14.
Copy, Truck 106, you are all in. You're initiating rescue. I'm going to put a group supervisor behind you as soon as I get one. The Center Hall apartment building. These are a huge life hazard. Don't let the center courtyard fool you. This is not a garden-style apartment complex. This apartment complex has a center hallway that runs around the entire building. All 3 floors have the same layout. In addition to high levels of occupancy, this building is not sprinklered. And finally, each door to the apartment opens into a hallway, which is the egress pathway to an interior stairwell and down the stairs to the outside. This means that victims who are attempting to escape can easily be overcome by heat and smoke in the very hallway that they're using as an exit egress. It is critical that we put the fire out as soon as possible. That being said, we have to anticipate smoke and heat conditions above the fire floor. That has to happen fast. This is a mini high-rise with a lot of people inside. They could be sleeping, incapacitated upon arrival. For every person that you see hanging out a window, yelling for help, there could be 3 or 4 inside you don't see. Don't forget the apartment windows that face to the inside of the courtyard. You may have to ladder these interior courtyard windows for the best means of escape for victims. Notice the Alpha side main entrance in the center of the building. That's a throughway to the interior courtyard area. You may have to carry ladders through that entrance door into the courtyard to effect escape of potential victims on the inside. All 4 sides of this building have a similar center entryway. They feed an interior stairwell that connects all the hallways to the building on all 3 floors. Pre-planning is critical in these buildings. 2 in the morning, when there are multiple victims trapped and heavy fire, is not the time to first enter this building in your career. You must plan ahead. In addition, know where the water supplies are and know if there is a sprinkler system or any other fixed fire protection. This building does not have fixed fire protection. The center halls have carpeting. And in looking at the exterior of the building, there are not even any balconies or points of refuge for the victims. Essentially, you could have a lot of people trapped really fast. The key, again, is to put the fire out as soon as possible while conducting a search and checking for extension above the fire. The best situation would be a fire at the top floor right next to the stairwell. That would give you the luxury of minimal exposures above you and a quick access to the apartments involved. These hallways are long and narrow. In addition, fleeing occupants in a smoky-filled hallway could easily overcome a hose team who's attempting to advance down that hall to the fire apartment. Consider using an adjacent apartment window with a ladder to get a quicker access with less hose and avoid that hallway that's being used for evacuation. In this situation, we have heavy fire showing on the A side on the 2nd floor. The fire is clearly lapping into the 3rd floor on the outside. On top of that, there's fire you don't see. The fire could have taken control of the interior hallway and possibly the apartment across the way. Additional heat and smoke will certainly be encountered by the units above the fire. The response for this alarm would include the following: 5 engine companies, 3 truck companies, 2 battalion chiefs, and a fire medic unit on the first alarm. Obviously, additional alarms will be required for the fire conditions upon arrival. As Engine 1 approaches, the captain can get a quick glance down the Bravo side of the structure. He then passes the entrance on the A side to ready his engine for hose line deployment. His size up is continual. He gives his arrival report, and he's going to deploy a 2.5-inch hose line to the 2nd floor that will feed 2 3/4 lines. The key is to get this line deployed as quickly as possible. Engine 1's on scene. We have a 3-story apartment building, center hallway construction. Fire showing from the 2nd floor on the Alpha side. Engine 1's initiating fire attack and passing command. Engine 2, give us a water supply, calling a 2nd alarm.
Engine 2 copies. We're arriving on scene right behind you, Engine 1. We've got your water supply.
The captain will take the initial attack line while the firefighter brings up the supply. This allows the captain to get to the second floor and give a conditions, actions, needs report to incoming companies. In addition, he can see if the fire has breached the door and is entering into the hallway. It's critical that he give an update on the smoke conditions in the hallway on the second floor. If possible, he can even go to the third floor and see the smoke conditions there.
Battalion 1 copies. Battalion 1's on scene establishing Main Street Command. Command post located on the A side. This will be an offensive strategy and confirming we do have a second alarm en route.
Engine 2 has arrived and is now leading away from the first engine. They will be supplying the first engine, and the crew from Engine 2 will also go to the second floor. Here, the Engine 2 captain will set up Division 2. His objectives will be fire attack and search of the second floor. All the second floor Division 2 companies will be working for him. The second crew will bring an additional 1 3/4 hose line so that 2 will be made ready on the fire floor in the stairwell.
Engine 2, command.
Go to Engine 2.
Engine 2, you'll be Division 2. Your objectives are fire attack and search on the second floor. Let me know what additional companies you need. I'm going to give you Truck 1.
Engine 2 copies. Search and fire attack on the second floor. Truck 1 is with Engine 2.
Command, Truck 1's arriving in assignment. Truck 1 command, report to Division 2 for primary search. That's going to be Engine 2.